As the 2024 U.S. presidential race reaches its climax, the potential return of Donald Trump to the White House is causing ripples across the globe, particularly in the UK. For Keir Starmer, this presents a headache he could have done without, especially with the looming shadow of his Foreign Secretary David Lammy, whose past remarks about Trump have created significant diplomatic friction. Starmer, with his Labour government struggling on the domestic front, can ill afford a new U.S. president who might harbor a grudge against the UAT. This could have been avoided had the Labour Party not become overly enthusiastic during the early days of Joe Biden's presidency. Back then, as speculation mounted about Kamala Harris becoming the next Democratic nominee, Labour's excitement led them to openly support the Democratic Party's cause, including sending over 100 Labour activists to help with campaign efforts. Little did they know how this would come back to haunt them. Fast forward to today, with Trump potentially claiming victory in the 2024 election, Starmer faces a crisis of his own making. Not only does he need to navigate the challenging relationship with a likely President Trump, but Lammy's reckless past comments about the former president are now a serious concern. Lammy, who once labeled Trump a neo-Nazi sociopath, may have thought his inflammatory words would remain forgotten, but in reality, they have jeopardized the UK's standing with its most important ally. As Foreign Secretary, Lammy is supposed to be a representative of British diplomacy, yet his reckless language now makes him a liability. In dismissing Trump so dismissively, he not only insulted the president, but also the millions of American voters who chose him. Lammy's comments could now prompt Trump to reconsider the UK's position in future diplomatic negotiations, especially when the country may be looking to strike a crucial transatlantic trade deal post-Brexit. This is where Starmer finds himself at a crossroads. He must decide whether to continue tolerating Lammy's divisive rhetoric, or take swift action to repair the damage. The optics of Starmer sacking or demoting Lammy might seem politically painful, but it could be necessary to reset the UK's foreign policy stance and improve relations with the incoming US administration. A decisive move would send a clear message to Trump that the UK is serious about mending ties, particularly given that, during his first presidency, Trump was more eager than any recent US leader to secure a trade deal with the UK. The broader political implications of a Trump win are also profound. The lessons from previous elections in both the US and the UK are clear. Voters are fed up with the so-called woke culture, the elite establishment, and the tone-deaf policies pushed by the progressive left. The rise of Trump in 2016 and now in 2024 signals a deep dissatisfaction with the status quo, which Labour must heed if it doesn't want to repeat past mistakes. So the looming prospect of a second Trump presidency isn't just a domestic issue for the UNS, but a foreign policy disaster for Starmer and Lammy. If the Labour leader is to avoid further alienating Britain's relationship with the UNS, he needs to act quickly and decisively. Starting with Lammy.